Whoa, it's Wulzy. Welcome back to adding effects to Robtop levels. Last Monday, the support for the first episode was insane, so I'm back with a part 2, grinding out some of the easier Robtop levels for now, but next episode I'm going to add effects to at least one of the demon levels, so smash like and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Kicking off this video with Stereo Madness. Need the copyable. Ooh, no secret way this time. Just straight up plain old Stereo Madness. No twists, no nothing. We're going to the ship section for this. Look at all of that open space we've got in the background. Okay, so last episode, I thought you couldn't get rid of these guidelines, but you very clearly can. It's so easy. I can't believe I didn't realize that was a thing, but, you know, we've done it now, finally. Wasting no time, we are going to make a little square. I think it should be a 4x4. I'm going to check the box on this portal so I can see the boundaries. You can see there's 3 squares each side, which is perfect. This is right in the middle of the screen, exactly where I want it. Okay, copy in the color of the background using color channel 4. We're going to set this to B3 and something really high up on the Z order because I want to add lots of darker layers below it. I'm not going to explain what I'm doing just yet. I'm just going to show you what I'm doing, if that makes sense. I don't want to like ruin the surprise or anything. I've got to build the suspense. The square fades on with the background just like that. It gets locked to the X-axis right there. We are going to add a center of rotation. Now, I normally use a circle. I don't know what everyone else uses, but I just think the circle is the most convenient. It needs a group, which is going to be 1 for the lock and then 2 for the center, and the square is going to have 3 as its original group. So we have 2 for the center, 3 for the square. Now we're going to set up a rotation, 3 around 2. We're going to say once around 360, which is going to be 1 full rotation all the way around. We'll say 15 seconds. I'm not sure how long the ship part actually is. It seems to be just... What? Why is there no cube portal? Hello? One thing I forgot to do was set the center of rotation. What is going on? Did I not give this a group or what? What did I give group to? I'm so confused. What is happening? Why is a random square of that block moving? Did I give this... What? I must have clicked on a block by complete accident and given the groups. That will be rotating. There is a bit of a bug with the level editor that rotations don't normally show properly. I was going to have this dot as invisible, but I realized if I just make it the same color as the square, it's not going to matter. This is going to be important because I'm now going to be able to select the whole square and make changes to all of the HSV without it going on 2 different color channels and getting messy and stuff. Let me just show you. So we're going to increment the editor layer by 1, decrease the Z order by 1, decrease the HSV by minus 0.02 if I want this to be as neat as possible. We're going to move it down by 1 step like that. And I've forgotten to copy this rotation. And we should be able to build helper all of this. If I've done this right, there should be a layer underneath, which I'm just going to set 1 block to black just to test, because it's not exactly very easy to see. It is rotating all the way around, and it's getting hidden at the top, which is very important for the perspective of this rotation. And we are going to repeat that process over and over, just remembering to copy the rotation every time. Okay, so let's do this again. Move it down 1 space. And see, this is what happens when you have stuff on different layers and different colors and stuff. It gets all messy, okay? Decrease the Z order. Then we need to change the brightness to minus 0.04 and then build helper. We just need to keep doing that over and over again. With effects like these, it's very easy to get in the rhythm and steamroll through the group adding process and the HSV process. If you just press the buttons in the same order every time, what I'm doing is copy pasting, then build helper, then from right to left, edit object first, just so I don't forget, and then edit group. Because if I miss any of these steps, it's pretty crucial. I've got a very easy method to check whether my groups and my brightness on the HSV is still in proportion, that I haven't skipped anything, like skipping the decrement or something, because that would be pretty detrimental to how this 3D looks. The way I do it is I check the HSV, it's on minus 0.72. I look at the group number, which is 74 if I go to the layer right there. Then I will go to square near the beginning, like this one. The group number is 6, so I know that the brightness should be minus 0.04, which it is. So I haven't made any mistakes yet. I can't believe I'm making content out of just pressing the same buttons over and over again. This is probably like 3 minutes into the video. I'm such a genius. I've cracked the YouTube formula, guy. I'm doing stuff in the wrong order now because I'm distracted and commentating and stuff. Stop it. It's just dawned on me as we hit group number 100 and the last brightness on the thing. that I haven't really checked that my Z orders are fine and dandy. The layers start at 1 and it ends at 50. So there are literally 50 layers to this. Okay. So this one should be 75. Yep. Nailed it. Well, here's the moment of truth. Let's see how this looks in its full rotating form. Oh my god, it's glorious. I mean, it's a bit jagged towards the edge, which is a little bit of a shame. Does this look better? Now it just looks titchy. Oh my god. That's honestly kind of the coolest way to do it. Is it not? I don't know. I've thought of another way to smooth it out without it looking really weird. So this copy is going to be small object count. Then we have the high object count. And by the way, this is probably going to use like 4 billion groups and I might not be able to open the game after I do this. But we're going to copy paste all of that, move it up one tiny step, build helper, another tiny step, build helper. Wait! Oh, no. Okay, redo. We need the small object count copy back. I forgot that since we scaled it up, the distance between each layer is now twice as large as just one step. It's now 2 steps, so I need 7 of these copies. This should be it in its purest form. Now, I'm not sure whether I want to add anything behind. Somehow I'm still on 144 frames, but there we go. It's now perfectly smooth on the edges. I mean, it's using a billion groups, so this is just not viable at all, but it's all in good fun, isn't it? It's all for the content, you know? This is so funny. I don't know why, but the massive scale of it is just hilarious. I wasn't expecting to have it this big, but I would say this is stereo madness complete for this series. Didn't even mean to do that. I was trying to go back into the... Okay. Next up, we are going into Poltergeist copy. That's the hardest Robtop level to type. Okay. Thank you, Decloyer, for this copy of Poltergeist. Is there going to be a secret way? No. And I'm going straight to the ending because there is some remarkable sync jumping up the staircase that goes bum, 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 bum. 5 beats. Keep that in mind. That's going to be important. I'm even going to write it down. I'm taking notes for my Geometry Dash effect, guys. The start pause is in place. We're going to start making our screen with color channel 4, which I set to copy the color of the background. It's going to be on B4. Don't fade, don't enter. Starting right here. These 5 strips are going to be on group 2. Then I'm going to copy paste, move them 5 blocks to the right, put them on 3. And we're going to increment them every time until we reach, I think, 6. Then we're going to alpha those groups from 2 to 6 off, way off before these are ever visible. Then we're going to align alpha triggers with 0 fade time. Might change them to 0.1 if it's more fitting, but at every jump, there's going to be a new group visible. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, now, here comes the fun. Turning off preview mode. For every row and every column, there's going to be a group. So this is going to be a group, the next one up is going to be a group, and then up and up and up, and then column, column, column. It's going to take a while, but we're going to do it. I'm glad we could use this sync for the transition this time, instead of just having a gradient like in the last adding effects to Robtop levels video. Starting with the columns now, and it's ending on 49. Starts on 7. Let's put a rotation trigger for 1 at the very beginning of the next section where you jump the spike. This is going to last for about 12 seconds, and I want the blocks to rotate like 39 degrees, I guess. Why not? What I'm trying to do is shatter this background into different squares. Now, I could just give every square a different number, but I have given a square a row number and a column number, and they're going to move differently. So no 2 rows are going to move the same, no 2 columns are going to move the same, which means that with a combination of a row and a column, every square is going to move a different way every time. And I can just stack movements on top right here, starting off with 7, I guess 12 seconds. I haven't really checked the duration line. What I'm doing is just changing the X and Y to a different number every time, which is going to make it very random. There's no way I'm going to be able to accidentally select 2 the same thing. The chances are so slim. But you have just got video evidence of me forgetting to change the group number, which is pain. And to make sure that these move off the screen at the very end, I will be adding a movement for group 1. First draft of the staircase. Let's have a look. We've skipped the cool transition, but I want to see how this looks. The rotation's not fast enough. Okay, I see. And then they're floating to the right. Yes, I think we've got the right movement times. What the problem is the easing. I think before the long rotation happens, there needs to be a small one on like a 0.1 that just rotates them a little bit out of place immediately. Another issue I have is how this movement just moves them all. I can definitely just select all of these, copy paste them, and create a pattern like this where it's one after the other, like this, that just moves them to 300 with the ease in, wherever that is, over here. That's a bit, no, they just float. It needs to be the other way around because it's moving up and right. The first one to move should be the top, not the bottom. Man, this is a hard one to execute properly. The transition is flawless. And then the transition, oh, I really don't want to ease out on these, but I feel like that's the only way to get it climactically bursting, you know? Like that. But then it's just anticlimactic. Like, look, it's just so slow now. Okay, that is the right movement. I've put it back on ease in out. It's off the screen very quickly, but that honestly doesn't matter. What matters is the rotation now. So if I keep a rotation for 1 on 12 seconds, that's going to be like 40 degrees, just like it was before, pretty much. All right, this is my final cry. Oh my god. Okay, we have the triggers. We have them set out. Just like that. It needs to be like a 0.5. It needs to be steeper, and it needs to be centered just around the middle like that. It's... oh... come on. 0.25, and it's moved to the left. Come on, that's got to sync better. I don't know, man. Oh, okay. I have thought of something that could be quite nice. If I have like a pulse trigger right here for the background to go to a gray. I extended the fade times, but I'm hoping that it'll freeze nicely here. Kind of. My head is just completely destroyed. Not gonna lie. I think it's okay. It's not a bad addition to the level. It's just kind of lame. There's no like boom. Oh, I just died on Poltergeist. Bad. I want to add clocks to Time Machine. I think this is going to be the only chance in this whole series that we get to use a mirror portal. So we could do this part and then extend it through the ship, I guess. I want to put clocks in the background, and I want to put like swinging arms on top of the platforms, which I'm going to do first because it's probably going to be easier. So first I need some black glow to differentiate them from the blocks. That's going to have to be at the top of T1. Don't fade, don't enter. And then I need to decide what I'm going to use for the hands. And I'm probably going to use 3D lines. We're going to have to put a circle in the middle using the actual circle object right on that platform. That can be T3. Now I'm noticing this arrow isn't in the middle. Oh, God. Oh, it's all on wrong layers, man. So we can have a small arrow and a big arrow. This circle in the center needs a group ID, which is going to be 1. Big arrow goes first, so 2 and 3. Then mathematically, the shorthand, which is on group 3, would go 1/12 of a full rotation around, which is 30 degrees out of 360 degrees. So this should be accurate going into the following part. It just looks a tiny bit strange. See, it's like uncomfortably long. Hold on. Okay, let's test this now. When the arrow was really long, yeah, there we go. It looked like it was moving way faster than it was supposed to be. So, oh my god, back at it again, Rob, with the off-grid structures. Are you serious? Hey, it's a good start. It would be funny if those were like spikes that came out and swooped in and killed you like that. For the clocks in the background, I don't want to make thick arrows like this. I'd much rather use thin arrows so you can differentiate clearly between background and foreground. I mean, that's what the black glow's for anyway. It's meant to differentiate everything. So I'm using the lines in the chain tab because this one goes right in the center of the block. I'm going to be able to align that with a circle on 0.5 scale. Then to make the top of this arrow, I'm going to rotate some of the smaller lines, also on color channel 3, just like that. That looks centered to me, actually. So there we have the base features of our clock. We're probably going to have to scale down the arrows a little bit more so that I can slide in a circle made out of these pieces. Oh man, I've got to make this circle in the middle the group parent because this will make this scaling down centered around the middle, just like that. New plan, I'm going to put a triangle on the very edge like that, and then I will scale these arrows down around that like so. Okay, so there's plenty of space for the triangle and the tip of the arrow. Flip that, put that on the bottom. Now I need to roughly how am I gonna even, you know what, I'm gonna use rotations for this. 53 around 52, 0 move time, and these need to rotate 30 degrees. Start, stop, then we take a copy of these. Hold on, let me select the correct ones. These arrows right here, like that. Stop playtesting, and now we have the arrows in the exact position that we need. We can just playtest again and take a copy of the arrows in their new position. Deselect, stop playtesting, delete the start pause, delete the rotation, and delete group 53 from all of the triangles. So now there are 12 evenly spaced triangles all the way around. Oh boy, now we are going to... Oh, how is this gonna work, man? Okay, select the whole circle, copy paste, the layer behind on white. We're going to use 3 for this because that's the same white as the arrows and the triangles. On a new editor layer 10, we're going to copy paste this. 1 to the right, 1 to the right, 1 down, 1 down, 1 to the right. That's the left. God damn it. Another 1 to the left and then 1 up. So now there should be a consistent white outline. Perfect. So now we just need to group every single triangle around the outside and get to making the toggle effect, which is going to spice up the edges of the clock. We could have this moving around in the background, but I don't want to create something that's locking to the x-axis again. We've done that twice this video. It's going to be a lot more creative and relevant to Time Machine if it's just sort of scattered around the bottom and in the sky and stuff, going around me. And plus, that's a lot easier to just build helper around anyway. Okay, so we are going to create the toggle effect, starting with group 53. Activate, and put this on different editor layer just so we can select it really easily. Okay, and then maybe 5 blocks later, it can deactivate on a different editor layer once again. We could use spawn triggers for this, but it's going to be a lot easier if I just copy paste for the sake of the video. There we go. Look at how the clock is spinning around the outside. I think that's sick. And we don't have to build help with those groups every time. They can just be a constant. So when I build help with actual rotation triggers for the arrows in the middle, we're going to make sure we don't select any of the actual triggers. Otherwise, the game will get confused and add extra groups and stuff. And it's not going to be a nice time. Then let me have a look in normal mode. Oh god, that rotation broke because of the mirror portal, I think. That's weird. No, it works in the editor. It must be something to do with the mirror portal. That's a shame. Yeah, that breaks. Okay. But the clock works. Good. Ha! You get it? The clock works, guys, because, you know, like clockwork. Oh, it goes behind the ground spikes. Are you kidding me? The black base just completely voids everything. Oh god. It works for like random spots like this. I might just straight up delete the middle arrow, man. It's not working. And then I can probably save this by copy pasting the black circles around a bit. Why don't I put it on orbs? Oh my god, I've missed out on such a big opportunity. What? Hold on. So this clock doesn't have a little arrow, right? Because I deleted it. If I select this clock, copy paste, look what pops up. The little arrow. That makes no sense. Okay, it's not the worst thing. I feel like the outlines around the clocks are kind of killing it for me. I don't know, I feel like these need to get gone. At first, I thought these were absolutely necessary, but they're actually clashing with the outlines of the blocks and making everything worse. So I'm going to delete them, see what happens now. And what if we added pulses? A pulse for the objects to black, as well as color channel 3, which is used for all of the white details. You see it right there. Why isn't that pulsing? That annoys me. That's on 1. Okay, apparently these are on 1. We are not raising the 4 to white, man. This can just go up a little bit, because that was way too much. That's still too much. Okay, I've spread all of those around, and alongside the lightning pulses for the black, we can probably put some background pulses up just a tiny bit. If that's even possible, is it? I don't know if that pink allows that. Nope. Okay, then. We'll just copy the pink out of the color trigger and do it manually. Boom. This is weird, man. I don't know if I'm a fan of this. It's just so odd. It's hardly an effect as well. It's just like added rotations and stuff. Hopefully you got some ideas anyway. There are some cool aspects to it. It's just kind of, you know, it's a bit floppy. But, you know, it is what it is. Time Machine copy. You are just by the skin of your teeth getting saved. The Can't Let Go is still the only one that's been deleted from this, but yeah, this one's still stinky. And I'm ending it there because I am exhausted. It's pretty late at night right now, and I have been making effects for far too long. My brain is fried. The servers can't even load my profile. Thank you for watching this Geometry Dash adding effects to Robtop levels video. In the next episode of this, I'll probably give it a couple of weeks or so. I will add effects to a Robtop demon level, so stay tuned. Leave a like and subscribe, and have a good day.